Hello, everyone. Welcome to A Moment in Time with Taylor. I'm trying to, again, be quiet because I'm still in Florida and it is 1:06 a.m. My stepmom has to be awake in 4 hours, so try to keep me quiet. Yes, Nick, you were indeed the first comment of the broadcast. Hello, Francois. That is correct. You were not blocked. I was just teasing you. But I'm curious to know what people's travel destinations are on their bucket lists. I have a few places still left on my list. I was able to cross Hawaii off just a few months ago, so I have some tricks up my sleeve for getting to where you want to go, and I'd love to learn what kind of tricks that you have up your sleeves as well. So let's hear it. What places do you want to visit before you are no longer on this earth? Daniel Hellfire says he wants to go to sleep, so to dreamland. Okay, you might be able to do that tonight, right this very moment. Take 5 deep breaths with your eyes closed. Thank you for the super hearts, Machiavelli. Nick says Hawaii, definitely. Australia, marshmallow, that's on mine as well. Take 4 more deep breaths. Stop typing, Daniel, and just breathe. Close your eyes, go to sleep. 2 more breaths. Australia, Ireland, and Scotland. Interesting. So, what is it in those 3 places that you want to see, Nick? New Zealand. I want to go there too, Mateo. I've heard that the people in New Zealand are some of the nicest in the world. One last deep breath. Perfect. You need to go to Walmart for an electric blanket. Okay, well, that also seems like something you could do tonight, Stephen. Portugal, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, Russia, Canada, Norway, Sweden, the Netherlands. Whoa, Gio, that's awesome. Your job with the Discovery Channel should definitely help you to get there. G-Force is a Kiwi, so he must be the nicest person in this broadcast right now. Donna wants to go to Iceland. I've heard good things about Iceland. I have a cousin who'd like to go to Iceland. So group travel can help you to save on hotel rooms, travel, a lot of different things. When you have a group, you can save money. Overseas to Europe, so much history. Okay, I'm actually not interested in going to Europe very much. You want me to do a yoga thing in New Zealand? Maybe I will then. You would have liked to have flown to New York from England on British Airways. Okay, Andrew. Don't rush you, Stephen. I'm not rushing you, I'm just saying that you could do it tonight. Both families are Scottish. Oh, interesting. So you want to go see Scotland. There are some Scottish broadcasters. That's pretty cool. And do we have a heart race going? Australia, New Zealand, Vietnam, Thailand, Patagonia. Patagonia was one of the countries in the countries around the world at Epcot last night. Oh, National Geographic, that's what it was. You sent your application. Yeah, definitely don't give up. You should follow up about 1 week after you submit your application. That's what I would suggest. I definitely have had mixed results with Airbnb. I've read the book about Airbnb and how it was started, and I wasn't impressed. No offense, if those guys that founded it want to be friends and chat about it, please be my guest. Oh, you like my ASMR? Thank you so much. Thank you for the super hearts yesterday, Loons. I appreciate that. In order to get my super heart bonus from Periscope for the month of November, I have to get 100,000 super hearts every single day. So if you're feeling generous, feel free to lay it on me. Be careful in New York. I live in New York, so it's pretty safe where I'm at. You'd love to see everything though, tons of places you'd like to visit. Yeah, like one of our sponsors here is going to be traveling to Egypt in the next week, and I'm so jealous because that's another place on my bucket list. So Daniel asked what places are on my list, and as you're coming into the room, please feel free to keep sharing what places that you are looking to go. Oh yeah, Airbnb. Okay, remind me to talk about Airbnb. So as far as my bucket list goes, I crossed Hawaii off a couple months ago, and I would also now like to go to Easter Island, Egypt, to see the pyramids and the Sphinx. Thank you, G-Force. If you really believe that I'm worth it, feel free to actually send super hearts rather than just words. um, Australia, and New Zealand. I think that's it because Hawaii was my fifth. And Australia and New Zealand I kind of consider as one trip. So those are all the places on my bucket list. When I've seen all those places right now, I'd be very content. Hey Ryan, the Flash and Me scope was fun. Oh, with Satan in my bedroom? That was fun, wasn't it? Okay, so Airbnb. Yeah, I do mean now. I just wanted to finish my bucket list thing. So about Airbnb. Hey Ray, follow Ray Herring. She's going to be on my scope very soon in the next week or so. And she is a piano player and singer, songwriter, really awesome person. And Flash actually recommended her to be on my show. Hey! So, Airbnb. I read the book. I wasn't very impressed with their business model and how they run things and their whole goal. That same book was called The Upstarts, and it was a book about Airbnb, but it was also a book about Uber. And Uber, I found very appealing. I was totally vibing with their whole business model, and I really liked the business of Uber a lot more than Airbnb if I had to choose between those two in the book. But anyway, Airbnb. The first Airbnb that I ever took out was a place that said it was very private. Hey, Ed. The place on Airbnb was advertised as a very private place. And oh, I see your bubble, Ed. And it was also advertised as a place that had dogs, but they were very quiet dogs. So they have quiet dogs and a private space. Oh, yay, Ed, I can see your comments. You've heard bad things regarding Airbnb. Gio just said it. You drive for Uber. Flyer loves driving for Uber. All the Uber drivers I meet love driving for Uber, so that's a pretty good testament to the business itself. But as far as Airbnb goes, I went to this place in California. It said it was a nice close distance to Los Angeles. It was at least an hour distance from anywhere that I wanted to go. Yes, I can see your comments, Ed. You drink too much and get in trouble sometimes with me. Good, good. I have a question for you, Ed and Nick. Okay, Francois, lay it on us. We are all here right now. Antonio Banderas has been blocked. I went to this place. There was two really cute dogs. I love these dogs. They were awesome. I love the dogs. However, at 5 a.m. every single morning, they start howling full volume right outside my window. Yeah, there's always a war between taxis and Ubers, and that's because taxis don't want to actually compete in the free market. Oh, discrimination. Interesting. Yes, Francois, we are ready for your question. Block him on point, Nikki G-Force. That would be super annoying. It was super annoying stuff, especially when you're on different time zones and you're jet lagged and you're like, what the heck, it's 5 a.m. Like, and this dog is just barking and I just got to sleep. I'm so confused on what's happening. And it was just, now, the dogs were cute, they were fine, but don't advertise that it's a quiet, your dogs are quiet if your dogs howl full volume for like an hour straight at 5 a.m. every single morning. Hey, Steph. So that was one. The other thing they advertised was privacy, and the blinds were sheer. They were white, sheer curtains, blinds. So as people walked by the window, which they did because it was the first floor, they could just see into my room. Just, hey, what's up? Whatever I'm wearing, whatever I'm looking like, they can see me right from outside my window. And it was like a shared like building, so there was people that lived in different parts of the building that would walk by the window regularly. It wasn't like this few and far between thing. Wake up to roosters. I did that in Hawaii actually. That's not been my only Airbnb experience. I have more. Taxis are so yesterday. Agreed. You don't like waking up to dogs. I'm the kindest USA person you've ever met. Interesting. Sounds super private, right? And in that same Airbnb, in the shower, there was a hair tie of someone who was not me. And the garbage, the bathroom garbage, had not been changed. So someone else's bathroom garbage was also still in the garbage when I got there. So that was fun. So I ended up canceling that. I got a full refund, but Airbnb would have taken a pretty sturdy fee for that first night, regardless of the false advertising aspect of it. It doesn't matter. If you commit to using an Airbnb, you are losing that first night's rental. Now, my host was very kind and paid me in cash for that first night's rental, so it was okay, but Airbnb was not the reason for that. Yay, yesterday wounds. Thank you so much. Hello, Benvito. Yeah, Nick, I swipe out a lot. You watched my armpit scope? I know. Have I been to LA? I've been to LA a bunch of times. Yeah, nope, this is live. Hello, IDCPBYVEORZYW. I made your night. This isn't my couch. Do I use Lyft? I don't use Lyft. This is actually my sister's couch. I'm in her room right now. Good morning. So, well, that's a little bit annoying, the spam, so I'm gonna block that person. Now, that was my first Airbnb experience. Next Airbnb experience, I'm trying to recall, I think there was one more where I got burned, and I was like, why do I keep doing this weird Airbnb stuff where I don't like it? So, one of my most recent experience, I do think there was one more that I'm forgetting right. Oh yeah, I did a bunch in Hawaii. I did, I think, two different ones in Hawaii. That's what it was. It was Hawaii. So the first Airbnb in Hawaii was okay, but it was like a hi Elias. It was a shared house. Like it was advertised one way, like I had a private room, but it was like in this person's house. It was a I think Japanese family that lived there. It was like a father, mother, and son, and the son was like 16 years old. And when I got there, thanks to the Super Hearts Endo, when I got there, they were just like sitting around the table eating food, watching TV in like the common area, and it was advertised an oceanfront view, which they did have, but it was in the common area, and the family was almost always there. So it was kind of like, well, I mean, I can hang out with this family, but I certainly feel like I'm imposing on their life and their own privacy. Not to mention, I want a scope, and people don't necessarily want to be in my scope. So it was just, I wasn't expecting to have such a shared space. And in Hawaii, they don't, electricity's twice as expensive as it is for us in New York. Hey, Air Bro. So, look, we're only 99,000 super hearts away from getting the November bonus for today. Same setup in Atlantic City. I'm staying with a family. If you guys don't know, in December 4th through 7th, I will be in Atlantic City, and I'm welcoming you all to come meet me if you would like to. Would be awkward for sure. Yeah, it was pretty awkward. So that was, oh, because their power is more expensive, they turn all the lights off. So like if you fly into Hawaii at night, you'll notice it's very dark because they just don't have a lot of lights on. Hi Popcorn, thanks for the super hearts. Um, so I'm gonna try to just keep on the story because I think I'll answer a lot of these questions. Um, Stay at any casino in Atlantic City and we'll be able to meet up. So at night, when I came home to this place, they didn't have any lights on outside, which was kind of like, okay. I tried to like use the headlights from my car, you know how they stay on for a little while to like get up the stairs and get ready. And then I go in the house, and then the entire house is dark. Now, I don't blame you. If it's really expensive, of course you're gonna have your lights off. But I wasn't really prepared for that. And I'm like stumbling through this house in the pitch black, and the door to my room is down a flight of stairs, and it's pitch black this whole way. And I'm like, and I have a key to get into my room, which is like, now that's what I heard. I heard a door with a key. And for some reason, I just assumed that meant outside. Like I had my own entrance to the house and I could just go in and out of my room as I pleased. No, it was locked, but it was like inside. I had to walk through this family's house and then use this key to unlock the door in the pitch black where I couldn't see anything. After the first nights, it was a lot easier. I knew where the light switches were. I took, I paid better attention, but I didn't know that was going to happen. So it was a little awkward. I definitely felt like I was kind of stumbling through this house in the dark while they were probably trying to sleep. Then the next Airbnb I stayed at in Hawaii again was two guys that live in a house. I don't know if they're a couple or not. So, nope, I didn't miss you. Didn't miss you. Um, so these two guys lived in this house, and it was, walking distance from the beach, great place, all this stuff. And it was. It was a really nice place. Their dog was super cute. I totally fell in love with this dog. I scoped with the dog. You may have seen it while I was in Hawaii. And when I got there, it was like a gated community. Well, what happened was that these guys decided to rent their place out while they were traveling, so they left a friend in charge of their property. And this friend was not really all too worried about where I was going to be and when I was going to arrive and what was going to go on with me. So he was kind of just like texting me like I would message something like, what's the address? It's not coming up on Google Maps because it was a private road, and for some reason Google Maps was just like, that's not a road, that's not a thing, like this road doesn't exist. So I had to use like a intersection road, but I didn't know what the intersection was because I didn't know where the road was because I couldn't find it on Google. So I'm like messaging him. Now, if it had been the guys who lived there, they probably knew that. They probably know, like, oh, it doesn't really come up on Google. You can look it up, really use this address instead. You'll find this, here it is. Really easy, but they had their friend covering, and he apparently didn't know this. He just kept sending me the same address over and over again. And then he finally told me like the gate code, and but it was all in text. I tried calling, no response, just messaging me back via text, and it was difficult. I'm like, okay, finally I find out where to go. I don't know where to park. It's like, oh, so finally I just park somewhere. I ended up having to move my car because I parked in a place that I shouldn't have. And then, yes, intermediaries are such a mess. This is why I love hotels, even though they're usually twice as much. So then, nice, you went to Hawaii in August? Me too. What island were you on? Um, and then I go, okay, so then I get to the house finally. I find where it is. He's not there. No one is in the home. He tells me the doors are unlocked, so I can just walk into the home. No key, no nothing. I stayed at one Airbnb in Montreal, which was fine, and she left the key under the doormat and she sent me a picture. She was like, here's where the key is, right here, what it looks like, everything. So I'm like, okay, I got the key and I was able to get in okay. In this case, there was no key. They just leave their door unlocked. Sure, it's a gated community, but the gate is for cars. A human person, can just walk right by. Easy as cake. I did it like twice. No alarms, no nothing. So, yep, they just left it completely unlocked. So I walk into the house and I hear a dog in a kennel. Now, if you have a dog and it goes in a kennel, you know the sound. I can only imagine if I was someone who didn't know that sound. I go in, it's pitch black again, no lights anywhere, pitch black, and I hear this dog like crying and like wanting to get out of the kennel, and he didn't say anything to me about a dog. He didn't tell me like the dog's in the kennel, you can let her out, or don't let the dog out, or anything. So this dog's like crying, she wants to get out. She's like, and I'm like, oh, hello? I'm like going into the house, hello, hello? Am I in the right place? Is there anyone here? Like, he didn't tell me he wasn't gonna be there. It was just, I mean, this is 0 for 3. Out of all 3 places I went, none of them were smooth like a freaking hotel. I've never had. Okay, one time I went to a hotel and there was mascara marks on one of the towels, which means the towel probably wasn't cleaned. Pretty gross. Such a small comparison to all this craziness that I've dealt with Airbnb. And now this dog was so cute and I wanted to let her out so bad. But I don't know this dog. I don't know how she's going to react to a strange person. I don't know if she's going to bite me or make a run for the door and like escape or start ripping up the furniture. I don't know this dog, and I'm not a dog trainer. I don't even have a dog. I don't know how to control someone else's dog. So I didn't know what to do. I messaged him immediately, can I let the dog out? And he did not respond. He came home like maybe an hour later and he let the dog out. Dog was so friendly. I should have just been able to let that dog out. She was awesome. Hey, Gerald. Best place I ever stayed. Um, I actually really enjoyed my time in New York City. It's not the best place I've ever stayed. Trying to think of the best place. Probably in New Jersey, actually. Point Pleasant Beach. I went to Point Pleasant and we had like a home. Me, my mom, and a few of my girlfriends. We were able to just go get like a home that someone let us use while they were away, and we went down there, and that was really fun. That was really nice. That was the best place I ever stayed. It was awesome and it was free. Someone just kind of like let my mom use it because of the job that she used to have. Thank you, Vine Specialist. Hey, it's Vine Specialist. I remember when you got the wine question correct in trivia. New Jersey represent. Oh, you're in New Jersey too? Flyers, come to Atlantic City, December 4th through 7th. Let's meet. Thank you for the super hard stuff. Do I like this experience in Hawaii? I loved Hawaii. I will tell you, Hawaii was perfect. I want to live there. Everything about the whole trip was perfect. So even with these weird Airbnb things, it did not faze me. The powerful amazingness of Hawaii will balance it out. It really will. People are saying they've never had bad luck with Airbnb. Maybe it's me. Maybe it is. If you know me, I think you know I'm not super high maintenance, and you can hear the things that I'm saying to you. I'm trying to be pretty objective. I mean, it's not, they're not all deal breakers for everyone, but at the same time, it's not as advertised in most of these cases. The Montreal one was okay. She did advertise it was very private, and again, had sheer curtains on all the windows. And there were roaches in that house. So when I came home one night and I turned the lights on, I saw some roaches go running. And that totally freaked me out. I thought I was going to bring roaches home to my house. So even that one, that's 0 for 4. 0 for 4. Thanks, Airbnb. Doing great. Um, did I finish the thing about the last one? The guy, yeah, the dog. I think that was pretty much the gist of it. You get the idea. Yep. Roaches. I only saw them one night. I say they're like 2, 3 nights. But yeah, I saw them one night and I totally freaked out and I immediately called Nick. Sean, I've seen you sending the same message like 3, 4 times tonight. You sent it to Ruby 3 times. You're sending it to me. That's cool that you're quiet. You don't really need to state that. That's fine. Thank you, Graciela. Do I have any bedbug experiences? Never had bedbugs that I know of, so I don't really know. I am real. Zalid, are you real? Those are my Airbnb stories. That's why I would prefer a hotel because hotels are also more soundproof. I've noticed, like when you're in a hotel room, you can usually get some nice peaceful sleep. And for scoping, it's nice. There's not as much background noise. And then there's a lot of people saying they've had a lot of bad experiences with Airbnb. Nick remembers the roaches. Nick probably remembers that whole night when I called him and talked his ear off for like an hour or more, just like, God, would I ever put my own home on Airbnb? Not unless I was planning not to be there, but even then, I don't really know if I would or not. Hotel chain do I prefer? I actually don't have a preference. I like to shop good deals, good values. Someone said they had more experiences in hotels than Airbnbs. The scariest place I've traveled in my life, it's totally wimpy. All right, Fru, are you ready for this? It's totally wimpy. It's not impressive at all. Hey, do we have a heart rate? What are we doing? There we go. Um, that's fine, Sean. That's fine. You're fine. Feel comfortable. Relax. Don't feel like you need to explain yourself. Hey, AK, I'm doing great. How are you? The deal on the hotel in New York. Okay, so let me tell Fru the scariest place, and then Nick remind me about the good hotel in New York. Good deal. Hey, Chavines, Florida is amazing. Why don't you want me to say New York City? Just because they were attacked, now we can't talk about them? I think New York City still exists, and it's okay to talk about them. I would not choose Airbnb over hotels. That's what I'm saying. I would pay twice. Now, anyone who knows me, I love to hold on to my money and save it and not spend it and get like the best value and the cheapest thing ever. But I will pay twice as much money for a hotel room than I will for an Airbnb. Well, yeah, Francois. I try to present a positive channel, and I'm not gonna like go on scope and immediately be like, wow, this place sucks, it has roaches, what the hell. I'm just telling you guys, as far as from a travel perspective, Katie, that you'd probably want to know what you're getting into when you deal with Airbnb and know that you may or may not get what you think you're getting. No, my wimpy response is not New York City. My wimpy response is Montreal, Quebec, Canada. That is the only time I've ever left the country, and I was very alone. Like, I was meeting some people there, but all of these people weren't close friends of mine, and they weren't like people I was going to be staying with. So they were kind of like, they were there, but they weren't like, I don't know. Did these places have good reviews? They did, Dan. They had great reviews. Hey Katie, Montreal's your favorite city. Interesting. Hello, how come? How far is it from you? Did you get to drive? I don't like to reveal my location, so I'm not going to answer that question. But if someone or a business loses face, I won't go back. Yeah, I'm surprised I went back to Airbnb in so many times, and the reason for that is because I love a good deal and I love to save my money. But I've come to realize that it's just better to go with the hotel, unless you're going to Montreal, in which case the hotels are extremely expensive with shared bathrooms and tiny rooms, which is also a great fun in Montreal. Anyway, it's very European. It's very like overpopulated and they don't have a lot of space. I met plenty of French Canadians while I was there. Um, so as they all had French accents, I mean, I'm pretty sure they weren't like I met people who didn't, people who were native French Canadians that didn't that spoke English primarily. They said because they were Jewish. Yeah, you get what you pay for sometimes. Exactly. The reviews are fake. Interesting. Yeah, Montreal's the only time I've ever been out of the country. Judah, you want to go to Narnia? No sharing bathrooms. Exactly. Like Sonam saying that me, you, and her and Ed should all get a house together. I'm like, no, no way. Traveled solo to Hawaii. Yeah, I travel solo everywhere. I went to Arizona, and that was a lot of fun. I didn't do any Airbnbs, and everything was great. I didn't love the city of Grand Canyon. I highly recommend that you see Grand Canyon before you die, but don't spend any more time in that city than you need to because there is nothing there. There's like one steakhouse, and that's it, and like McDonald's. Katie, the super fan list. Oh, you did. I did too. If it's four bed, four bath, four bath. You're in a hotel room now? Nice. I need to travel abroad. I know, that's what we're talking about in the scope. What are you not like noticing what we're talking about? A couple of guys from Toronto walking around the Olympic Stadium. Yep, that was the day after this whole debacle. No, I've never been out of the country besides Montreal, so no, I haven't visited Tokyo. Come back to Arizona, you can stay with me. I don't necessarily want to go back to Arizona, but if I had a good enough reason, I guess I could. I'd love to meet you, Katie. Um, we could have had a drink. I know, wouldn't that have been weird if we knew each other and we were both there at the same? Were you on the Big Island? I missed your answer earlier. I know I asked you, so I apologize. Um, so it was scary to me because here's what happened. I went to Canada, and it turns out that hi Cassie, that Canadian phones and American phones are not the same. I kind of thought they would be the same. Good night, Endel. Um, yeah, exactly. Hang on, deal in the New York hotel. So the reason it was scary, I didn't finish the scary story yet. I'm sorry. I haven't been to Minnesota, no. So my phone didn't work on the data. If I was connected to Wi-Fi, fine. But I wasn't connected to Wi-Fi. So when I went out to meet a friend, it was like I was in a different country. My GPS wouldn't work, and I could not connect to Wi-Fi anywhere. I went to all these different gas stations. My phone was like, no, no, no. Shout out to iPhone, which I'll get to in 1 second. So I'm traveling around. I can't figure out where I'm going. Someone's waiting for me. I'm stopping at gas stations. I'm trying to get directions from them, and they're speaking to me. They're speaking English, but they're telling like everything there is French. Like all the street names are French. Like all the signs, like bathrooms and exits, those are all in French. It's not French and English. No, it's just French. Don't listen to French Canadians when they tell you, "Oh, it's no different. It's just like America." No. Maybe other parts of Canada. Okay, I'm trying to make good eye contact. I'm ignoring all comments. Do not listen. Francois is probably in here talking. No, listen to the American girl that did this. Okay? Don't listen to the French person who speaks French and he thinks it's no different. Do you speak French? I do not speak French. You might want to speak French if you're going to get lost in France. I know it was Quebec, but it felt a lot like France. It felt exactly like France. They're like, oh yes, you go on ho 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 street, whatever. I'm like, what? Can you spell that? I don't know what you're saying. And they were super impolite. No one smiled. No one wanted to give me the time of day. No one was patient. They were all like, just get out of here. And I'm like, I'm lost. I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. Like, it's so different from America. I got lost in Hawaii, no problem. They were like, boom, just go here, take a left at the light, take a right at this light, you're good. Psh, done, no problem. That was good French, thank you. So true. You learned French because you wanted to move to Quebec. Nice. Quebecers aren't representative of other parts of Canada. I've heard that a lot. You thought Canadians were nice. I've heard they're nice. I've met a lot of nice Canadians. I like a lot of nice Canadians. I went to Canada to meet a bunch of nice Canadians that I know. There are nice Canadians. That night was extremely scary just because I felt so isolated. Like, I don't understand what they're saying. I'm lost. I look lost. I look scared. I'm alone. I'm like the perfect prey right now for some predator. Like, it was just, oh, you want me to go away? Well, I can help you. How about, oh, well, just kidding, Cassie. I was going to block you, but I guess it's you. Europe backpacking. Oh, that's where you want to go? I don't speak French. Non. I didn't know you then. I know Francois. That would have been amazing if I knew you. Big shout out to Lise. I think she's on this list right here. Boo Boo Mupido. She's the one who got me a Canadian phone the next day and totally saved my life. Jesse says Quebec people are not nice. English and gibberish, Sean. Nice. Hey, Hatter. You gonna protect me, Jesse? All right. Stay away from Hollywood for a while. Interesting. I don't know what that means. Um, but that was the scariest. I think that's pretty much the whole story. Because then I ended up shout out to the iPhone. Because then I was like, oh, I have an iPhone in my purse. I wonder if there'll be any difference with that. I turned that on while I was at one of the gas stations trying to connect to Wi-Fi. iPhone was like, boom, connected right to the Wi-Fi, no problem. I was able to look up the location, fine. So if I had used the iPhone the whole time, I would have been fine. So shout out to Steve Jobs. Sorry, Android. I like open source, but seriously, that night sucked. I didn't get to meet someone I very much wanted to meet, and I've had to relive this night way more times than I care to relive. I was gonna block you because you said go away American. Yeah, you have to buy the local SIM. And that's what happened is I got there at like 6 p.m. on a Saturday and all the Best Buy and Walmart were closed. So I was just like, what do I do? I don't know what to do. So I was lost. Now, Nick, what's the other thing that we want to talk about? We want to block this person first, and then we want to talk about the deal on the New York City hotel. You need to plan an epic vacation. Racer, I can't tell you where you should go. There's like millions of places in the world. Where are you right now? I'll try to find a place close to you that I like. You were alone in Nepal. You got left behind by your bus. Oh my god, that'd be so scary. I'm not blocking non-Americans. I'm just blocking people who say go away American. It's like if you want me to go away, why don't you go away? I did need to plan ahead. Well, I was told that there was nothing I needed to do by the person I was meeting. So I just trusted him way more than I should have. Um, so the deal in New York City. So when I went to New York City, I met up with Jessica Nanners, which is I think Yoga with Jessica, I think is her new username on here. And you chased the bus down? That's hilarious, Judah. Um, Jessica Nanners and Foul Original and Being Advin. Did I meet anyone else? I think those were the main people that I met while I was there. Good night. Oh, you were imitating the French. Okay. That's funny. I was like, why are you hating on me, Cassie? Um, so when I went to meet, I was mainly going to meet Foul Original. So Advin and Jessica, they live in New York City. I could probably meet them in New York City any given time. Foul Original is from the UK. He's from England, and he was traveling to New York City. So I was like, this is like the only chance I'm gonna have to meet this guy. He let me know like 2 days in advance. I'm like, okay, we're doing it. Let's go. Let's do this. And the best vacation destination, I would say Hawaii, the Big Island. I also really, really, really love the Grand Canyon, and I would put Niagara Falls somewhere on your list as well, but like probably lower down. If you're going to Grand Canyon, visit Sedona while you're there also. I do have a YouTube channel. It's Fem Yoga, just like this. FEMYOGA. Um, and basically what happened is I wanted to meet up with Fowl, so I was like looking at different hotels, and I was like, whereabouts are you staying so we could be near each other? And he told me he was staying in Hotel Pennsylvania. So, oh, good, Nemesis. So I went to their website, or I think I just Googled like Hotel Pennsylvania rooms just to see. It was like $80 a night. Hotel Pennsylvania is across the street from Madison Square Garden. Like literally, you walk out the front door of the hotel, boom, you just all you have to do is walk across the street and you're at Madison Square Garden, the front of Madison Square Garden. So it is prime real estate in Manhattan, and it was like $80 a night. And then here's the trick. I checked in at like, no, it wasn't through their own website. It was through like Expedia, I think, or Travelocity. I forget which one it was, but I just like looked, like I Googled and I found like the cheapest one that I could find. And then, no, you know what? I think I did call them. I like called the hotel and I just said like, can you give me any better price? I did that in Hawaii and I got a better price on a not Airbnb, but an actual bed and breakfast by just calling and saying like, here's what they have online. Do you want me to book through Expedia or do you want me to just book through you for like the same price or cheaper? And they were like, yeah, let's just cut out the middleman and just work together. I don't talk in my sleep. I used to though. Nowhere under 200 when you were there? Yeah, so I didn't even know, like when I just Googled places to stay, I didn't find that. But when he told me the hotel he was staying at, hey John, I looked that up and it ended up being amazing prices. So I paid pretty much the same that he paid, but I asked him, I said, are there mini fridges in the room? Can I bring food? He's like, no, no mini fridges, no microwaves, no nothing. Like everything sucks here. Like, okay, good to know, good to know. I get there, I have this big, huge bed. I have a nice mini fridge and a TV. Like, I had this nice, I was on the 12th floor of Hotel Pennsylvania, and it's like a museum, that floor. It's like, there's all like like when you go out onto the elevator, it's just a beautiful like modern art lobby. He's like, what the hell? Because we're in the hotel, so we're in the same hotel, so we're like riding the elevators together and like getting, he sees my, and he was on the higher floor, I don't know, 17, let's say. So I get off at 12 and I'm like, this place is awesome. He's like, no, no, get back on this elevator. Come see my fucking lobby. Sorry, I swore. So then he's like, we go up to his lobby. There's nothing. There's not a single thing of art anywhere. There's nowhere to sit. There's no fireplace. There's nothing. It was just crap. And he said his room was just crap. And I'm like, what? So I think what happened is because I checked in so late, they had already given away all like the basic rooms. So I ended up getting like a free upgrade. So that just worked out pretty nicely. But those are my little tricks and tips to figure that out. Yeah, you want to hear a joke? Here's the punchline. So that's how I got a good deal. Basically, from Fal Original telling me what hotel he was staying at, I looked it up and it ended up being like $80 a night, or $82 a night, I think. And then by checking in really late at night, I was able to get a free upgrade to a room because all the other rooms were taken. Pays to be late, exactly. You went through Indiana once? Interesting. Myrrh? What's myrrh? I don't know what myrrh is, I don't think. Good thing you don't want to hear jokes. Hotels are just a place to sleep. All I need is a pillow and a towel. Mhm. For water. So what else? Next place I want to visit is Easter Island, which is in Chile. Yeah, there were no rooms left, so you got the presidential suite. Yeah, and they don't charge you because it's their fault that they didn't have your room available that you paid for already. Uh-oh, pineapple pizza in the house. Oh, snap. Well, thank you for the super hearts. This is Vito's representative. So I want to go to Easter Island, so I have to learn more about that. Again, I'll be out of the country, so I'll have to figure out. I want to see the heads of Moai. I don't really want to be there too long. I just want to do the touristy stuff. What did I like about Sedona? Um, I liked the vortexes. So the vortexes are like where the red rock formations are. So I went around, I looked at all the different red rock formations. They were beautiful places to meditate. It was just beautiful to drive around. It was just eye candy. The whole city is eye candy. And hey Moza. And And hello. You're going to bed? Okay. Good night.
I'm waking up in about 4 hours or 5:45, so 4 hours.
Okay. Yeah, I want to go to Australia too.
Think you'll still be up?
No.
Not 4 hours.
No, I have to do like another hour and 20 minutes and then I'll be done.
So 3 o'clock. I'm gonna wake up like 9 10.
For what?
Start the day.
No. I'd like to get 8 hours of sleep. That would be preferable.
I'll wait till you wake up.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. And then we're going to go shoot stuff?
Yep.
Awesome. We're going to go shoot stuff tomorrow at the shooting range, me and my dad. So follow me if you're not already.
I think they'll have that stuff there.
They better allow it. He said they're not going to allow you guys to come.
It's kind of teasing, but they did have, one of them opened a policy because a mom
I know. I heard
did
about
bad
that.
things. But
Yeah. Shooting scope. Yeah, come on. They want it.
there's plenty of them around.
We have to give the people what they want.
We sure do.
We sure do. It's true. You're very popular, Dad. You came in here, my numbers went up a lot.
It's karma.
It's karma. Okay, well, why don't you just stand there like another
Discuss.
hour and 20 minutes?
Discuss.
He wants us to discuss.
Good night.
Egg Drop does still use hashtags. Good night. Oop, my heart rate crashed. Why do I have a lateral lisp tonight? Travel to Afghanistan? No, I think I'm probably good on that. Super expensive? What's super expensive? Secret scoping. Hide the phone. That's what we'll do.
I love you. Good night.
Who's Doug? It's my dad. His name's not Doug, but I was saying Dad. Hi, Carrie. Good night. I love you too. I'm hungry. What were we talking about? Going to Chile. There's something else though. The flight to Easter Island. Oh yeah, someone said it was 8 hours long. Oh, the flight is super expensive. Well then I guess if you would like to see Easter Island and you don't think that you can go yourself, you could contribute even just a few cents or a few dollars to this channel at femyoga.com or in the super hearts below, and I will go and I will bring you there and I'll scope all the heads of Moai and everything that I can scope for you guys, but I will plan ahead and I will make sure my phone is going to work. And just so we're clear, in Montreal the next day, I was good. I was able to scope. I got data on everything. We were fine. I mean, it wasn't the end of the world. I didn't eat very much in Montreal. It was kind of weird. Like, I don't think I ate with Mitch one time, Anastasis. And other than that, I pretty much just didn't eat. I just ate my own chips. No cell service there. Well, they have these things that are like pocket Wi-Fi, but I don't know if it works in Chile. I have to check. So that's the next place I want to go. Then potentially Egypt would be the next place. And then Australia, New Zealand. Am I forgetting a place? Satellite phone for scoping? So worst case scenario, if I'm not able to scope while I'm traveling somewhere, what I can do is I can film it and then I can share it with you on these broadcasts like this, where I use my computer, which is what I'm using right now to have all these people up on the screen. And thank you to all these people who support the channel. You are all so amazing, so energized. I was so excited last night. I couldn't go to sleep till 6 a.m. Good night, Hatter. Okay, look, we do have a little heart race here. Let's get it going. Why am I so hungry all of a sudden? Rent my own satellite, only $275,000 a week. Good looking out, John. Good looking out. Now, put a 1 in the chat if you like 90s music. Put a 2 in the chat if you do not like 90s music. Flight to Santiago is 1,300. Okay, okay. 90s music fans? Okay, so then I guess what we can do here is put some headphones in. You can join in if you'd like to put your headphones in as well. And we can see what we can get going here. I don't know if I can pull this off, but we're gonna try. No, I'm not taking requests. That's not how this works. It's a good song. Hang on, we gotta wait for him to stop talking. Why so late? Is that what you said? What's so late? I'm happy to talk more about travel. I just felt like I said all the things I needed to say, and now I'm running out of things to say. So what we could do is just. I'm hijacking this stuff. You're watching that and extra scared. Wow, you grew me? Look how realistic I am. With no headphones on. Oh yeah, because I'm being so quiet. What about now?
I can find
Is it better now, Francois, or should I turn it down more?
I need a general consensus because, you know.
It probably sounds so loud because I'm being so quiet. Because this is like, right now it's quieter than I normally sound. Why is it being so loud? Am I missing something? No? I did talk about where I want to go online.
Oh, you see, that's democracy.
Drowns me out.
That's why we get weird
Guys,
people
this is I usually play him way louder than this, and no one ever has a problem. So now, so I want to go to Easter Island to see the heads of Moai. I want to go to Egypt to see the pyramids and the Sphinx, and I want to go to New Zealand and Australia because I heard that New Zealand people are the friendliest people in the world, and Australia has a lot of cool wildlife. That sounds good, Dan? Are you sure? Sometimes you guys are too nice and you don't tell me when it sounds like crap. Sitting right in front of the air conditioning again. It's cold. Why do I keep doing this? What's on your guys' bucket list? We have 45, 47 people in the room. Bucket list? We got Geo Scholar's bucket list. It's very extensive.
Seems like we have started.
It was loud before, good now.
But as long as we cannot find why, what button?
In Egypt, they harass women. Okay, good looking out, Francois. You want to go to Quebec for the Winter Carnival, to Montreal for the architecture. My AC is on. John, let's talk about this. First of all, I'm not at my house. I'm at my dad's house. I'm going to try to stay quiet, even though I have this in my ears. And they set their AC to like 70 degrees, so it's always freezing in the house. But get this. They have the blower on permanently. Non-stop. Never. The blower never, ever shuts off. Nice, Carrie, with the heads of Moai. I love it. So it just blows non-stop and it gets freezing. Yeah. And then my dumb butt sits myself on the scope right in the path. Like, it's just hitting me. What? This song's way too depressing. Who wants to hear that? I did go to the Grand Canyon, yeah. Eminem, that's true. Do you guys want to hear the song? I muted it because it's like depressing as crap. Oh, someone requested it. I didn't get harassed in Hawaii. Well, actually, no, you're right. That one guy, remember? The guy that we weren't sure if he was actually a cop or not? That was creepy. You want to see buffalo during the lake effect snows and where buffalo wings were invented. There you go. Hello, dude MMA. My impression of the Grand Canyon was awe-inspiring. Привет. I have never, ever had an experience like that with any other nature in my life. The thing that happened for me with the Grand Canyon that made it extra powerful, I think, was that I went in February, which is not good. Don't do that. If you go in February, it might get what they call fogged in, so it's not visible at all. You go to the Grand Canyon, you stand right on the edge, you look around at the canyon, and you see nothing. You just see white clouds as far as your eye can see. Why do you guys keep using the define feature? Can you stop, please? I really hate that feature. Uh, so the first day that I got there was totally fogged in. You couldn't see anything no matter how hard you tried. So I had to stay another day, add another day to my rental car, and get the next flight out. I had to move my flight back, which costed me over $300 because I didn't get like the insurance or whatever. Even if you get the insurance, they don't let you just move your flight because Grand Canyon is fogged in. Like, don't, the insurance is a scam, but whatever. Make your own choices with that. Um, so I stayed another day and it was still all fogged in that whole day, and it was just I'm just standing there by myself. There's not a lot of people there. I'm standing there and I'm staring at it, and I'm like, come on, just let me just get the tiniest little glimpse. Let me just see something. Like, I came all the way across the country. I'm here. I want to see it. And then the clouds started to open up. Like, at first it was just this little glimpse, and as I got that glimpse, I was like, it was so much bigger than you could fathom. Like, I've seen cliffs, I've seen things, but it was just, you could just see so far. And I was like, my mind was like, it was crazy. And I was like, oh my God, I just wanted to see more. I want to see more. And then as like an hour went on, the sun kind of beat down into the clouds. You could see it clear as day, and you could go all around and see everything. It was just amazing. It would have been terrible if I didn't see it, especially if I had to pay 300 something extra dollars and still didn't see it. What do you want to see, ZNKX? I was very quiet. Yeah, this was pre-Periscope days, so I wasn't periscoping it at all. I just enjoyed. Oh, it was so awesome. Oh, and then Dan, you were asking about Sedona. There was a night in Sedona. I had so much fun at this bar one night. Just like, it was just fun. Sedona's just like a nice small town. You want to see the Swiss Alps? Some people miss the entire eclipse because of clouds. Oh, yeah. My family here actually went to Tennessee to see the total eclipse, and they said that you absolutely have to see that if you can. I think the next time we get a full eclipse in like 6 years or something, it'll be in Texas. Oh, you want more 90s music? It sounds like it's fuzzy, though. Doesn't sound good. Hang on, stand by. I heard you, Sean. I'm not interested in going to Russia, but I'm glad that you enjoyed Moscow. 7 years. Oh, 7 years. Thank you, Gio. You would know that. I guess this sounds okay now. The 90s music cracks me up. Just reminds me of like weird jewelry and clothes. You want to visit the North Pole to see Santa Claus? Oh, what are you going to ask for, Mario? The eclipse is perfect in Missouri. Mike, that's so cool. I'm so jealous. In New York, we got like, it said it was 60% coverage. It didn't seem like 60%. It seemed like 40%. Fiji. I've actually, I met an Australian guy who said that Fiji is just not somewhere that you want to go. He said that it was like a really dangerous place and just not good. Carbondale, Illinois. Oh, interesting. I tricked you, Justin? How did I trick you? We are talking about travel. We've just been going a while, and I've said a lot about travel as it was, so. Fiji's okay? Okay. Me and Flash is still. Oh, you thought I was in there? I am in there, but I'm also like scoping it into my scope. I told him I was taking it over. I told him I was going to hijack it before he went live, so I'm innocent. Do I prefer historical places? Oh, I prefer natural places over historical. That's a good question, Francois. What about you? What about everyone here? Would you prefer like a historical place or a more natural place? I travel alone too. I love traveling alone. Oh, you're talking to me? I'm sorry, Justin. I would love Tahiti. How do you know that, Sean? Do you know me? Francois says Tahiti is better. Bora Bora. Look at that. Thanks for the hearts, Katie. I don't think this is really working very well, but I try. You want to mix, Sean? Dan likes to alternate. Traveled to Hawkins, Indiana in the 80s in the reality where Stranger Things is real. All right, Periscopers. Natural. Me too. That's like Niagara Falls, Hawaii, Grand Canyon. I'm not really like feeling these jams. I'm just gonna keep muting it as I like. Create your own history. There you go, Coachella. I like that a lot. I like to create my own history. We're creating history right now. We are the #1 super hearts in the country, in America, right now. Fem Yoga, live broadcasting. I mean, this is trailblazing. This is brand new. And um, today, Periscope unleashed a new feature for super broadcasters, or a new perk news for super broadcasters, which is that they're no longer taking the 30% cut that they were taking. So they were taking 30% for the app and Google Play stores, and then 30% for themselves. But now, thanks, John. But now they're just taking that 30% for the app and Google Play stores, and then $1 plus processing fees, which will be a lot less than 30%. So we'll see how that goes, but that means that your money goes a lot more towards the broadcaster. It's good for broadcasters, it's good for you guys. Justin, I don't think I am going to get my holiday bonuses, because to get your holiday bonus, you have to get at least, how much is it to get the minimum bonus? I only know about the maximum. So for the maximum bonus, of course, the bonus that I want, I have to get 100,000 super hearts every single day in November and December. But I'm up to the challenge. I just have to make sure that I'm providing value for you guys. So if it's 1 million in 30 days, that's 33,000 a day. That's still pretty high up. I mean, I think I might get just about that, but that translates into more than I make off Super Hearts right now, I think. So, that's correct, Earwig. Yep, 1 million super hearts for 100, and 3 million super hearts for an additional 250, I think. So it's 350 if you get 3 million in the month. I think we can. I think that our channel provides massive amounts of value. We help people to make money, have healthy relationships, have a healthy body, healthy lifestyle, healthy sleep, positive thinking. We read a new book every week. I mean, this channel is changing lives for sure. It's definitely changing my life, and I get messages every day, all day, of the lives that it's changing. You can say something honestly, Sean. Thank you, Coachella. It's not a law of attraction thing. It's not a matter of like I want it bad enough that it will happen. I'm gonna think it into reality. Really, it's a matter of action. It's a matter of work. And I worked on my business till 6 a.m. this morning, slept about 6 hours, and then I did 2 calls today. I worked with my video editor. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's what I'm working on really big right now. I'm spending like $700 a month on my video editor. So we'll see. As long as it's helping you guys, keep sponsoring the channel at femyoga.com or even here with Super Hearts, and we'll see what we can do with this. Um, yes, comment. Just comment. I give you permission to comment yesterday. Hey, Jay. I'm good. How are you? Hey, Janae. Hey, Seth. Parties starting here. Yes. So, yeah. Oh, for anyone who doesn't know, I started Fem Yoga because I used to want to kill myself. And now I'm the happiest person I know. I've been in a happy relationship for over 6 years. My health is great. I'm healthier and stronger than I've ever been in my entire life. And my wealth is the greatest it's ever been in my entire life as well. Thanks for the super heart, Justin. Oh, just super hearts. Thank you. I'm not really interested in paranormal discussion, but you can definitely discuss it if you'd like. You like the backdrop? What book did we read this week? Thank you, Chris. The book we read this week, let's see if I can, I'm just gonna, let's see, mute, and and then unplug. Okay. You have a good night too, Coachella. Like I'm literally in Florida with a blanket on my lap because it's so cold here. Additional content on YouTube? No, yes, actually, there's some additional content. There's a lot of edited periscopes, but there's yoga classes that I've done on there, partner yoga, things that were exclusively for YouTube. Yeah, Mario, we got one hair pick from yesterday. Not into paranormal discussions. Yeah, that's right, Justin. Like I said, I don't mind if you guys want to discuss it with each other. I don't believe in it myself, so. Uh, the book that we read last night was a part of this. So this is called the Prosperity Bible. Similar to the Christian Bible, it has multiple books from different authors within it. So it's really just a compilation of multiple books. Yeah, I'm in Florida. I've been in Florida since Sunday. The last book we read was Acres of Diamonds by Russell H. Conwell, which was written in 1921. And then the one that we read the week before that was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Sorry if I'm hitting the... Oh no, I'm thinking I'm hitting the microphone, but I'm not. So the next one we'll be reading, You Want to Travel to Hawaii? Me too, Janae. I've already been there, but I'm ready to go back like ASAP. Oh wait, sorry. Messed that up. Why are my nails so dirty? A Message to Garcia from Albert Hubbard in 1899. That'll be our next one. And this is only 3 pages long. We could literally read this right now if you want to. Just let me know. Seth, because of the Council of Trent, which was the conference where they decided which books would be in the Bible and which ones wouldn't. It's very old, right? I've not visited the UK, no. But Sonam's coming to New York City and Los Angeles in June. Or maybe May. Hi, AZSKH. Use the force. Am I a Buddhist or a lame-o? What, Aaron? What? Do we want to read the message to Garcia, or do we want to keep chatting? I'm happy to keep chatting, but I feel like I'm running out of things to talk about. Hello, football. How are you? And I'm not really digging the 90s music tonight, so. You have a big exam tomorrow? Oh, well, good luck on your exam. I hope it goes well. You don't need luck because you have the smarts. So we'll probably see you back tomorrow after your exam then. Thanks for coming in, Janae. You'll be in Florida in August for 3 weeks. Your dad lives over there. My dad lives here too. We're twins. Craig, right? You want to return to Barcelona? Oh, España. Muy bien. I've read some from the Quran, yes. I don't have any verses memorized, but I did for like a week because someone said that like if radical extremists ever had you, they might ask you to say a line from the Quran, and if you know one, they might not kill you. So I memorized one, but that lasted about a week. Please have kids and make perfect people. Okay, I'll work on that. Any new egg drop hashtags? What do you mean new egg drop hashtags? It's always hashtag egg drop. Gracias, Selena. All right, so we don't want to read the book. What other traveling do you guys want to talk about? Airlines. I like Southwest. The thing with Southwest is you have to make sure that you check in 24 hours before your flight so that you get into like the earliest group that you can get into, or pay the extra to get on there because you really don't want to end up in that middle seat. Oh, egg drop commands. Oh, not that I know of. No, Mario. Seth said he's able to bend down better after yoga. That's so cool. You always forget to check in early, and then you end up in the middle seat, don't you? No, I don't like rides like that. I'm not an adrenaline person. Um, no pain? Yes. Oh, I've read enough of the interpretation to know that I don't think it's real. On the real Who Bought the Couch? I'm not sure. It's my sister's. Theme parks and roller coaster. I don't like roller coasters. I'm not really big on theme parks either. Hey, I know this song. Hubby does not like to travel, no. Are there any people in this room that don't like to travel? I feel like probably not, considering the title, but it says Neverland. Yeah, Neverland. Hide the tags. I don't have little Tink back there. Tinky. Wait, alright. I don't know if this looks like. What the heck? Why can't I do this? Stretching has helped more than deep tissue recovery stuff. Yoga is powerful. Let's do some right now. Ready? Exhale, twist while blocking. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist the other direction. I don't care if you're at work, you should be doing this. Hello, Ashley. And then exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Roll your shoulders, both directions. The Truman Show with Jim Carrey? I don't think so. Is there a specific episode sometime? I'm good, how are you?
Salut Racine, ça va très bien et toi? Bienvenue en 1998.
Let's do cat count, ready? I can't do it, just do count. Kind of tail. Good ear, Dan. Breathing, yes, we saw. So you inhale, arch your spine. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. I didn't do yoga today or yesterday. What are we doing now? I'm from upstate New York. I'm in Florida right now, though. Oh, it's a movie. It's like on the phone. Not really a big movie person. I had depression. Oh my god, my fly is undone. What the heck? Yes, I had depression way before scoping, though. I came out of my depression before I started broadcasting. It's not like Periscope brought me out of my depression, but reading books certainly did. Learning that there's a way to improve my life. Alright. Freaking heart rate. Takes so much processing power. Believes in nonsense but not paranormal. Okay, let's see what this person is saying. Mike25111 says, OMG, believes in nonsense but not paranormal? Typical liberal. Hope you're not paying for this. If only he knew that I was an anarchist and much more closely associated with libertarians than liberals. And what nonsense do I believe in? Please use your word and stop using ad hominem. Thanks for your super hearts yesterday. Cool, Sean. What makes you bring that up? We both start with lid. That's true. They mean the opposite of each other. You love reading, Susie? Do you want to read Message to Garcia? Can we start another scope for that? Where are we at on time?
Let me take a second. This is a big shout out to all the DJs on Periscope.
Should we?
That ain't easy. Nothing's
What should we
easy.
do?
Big
I think we're done talking about travel.
to all of you. You know, because, you know, we're brothers.
Oh, well, Sean, yeah, if you have anything you'd like to offer me, feel free to message me on Twitter. I would love to get assistance in spreading the brand, especially on YouTube, because we're just starting to get in there. And I really need 2,000 subscribers and 10,000 views before I can monetize and take advantage of a lot of the tools. Okay, after this song, we're going to end this broadcast. So if you have any last words, now is your chance. and I'll be coming back for about another 45 minutes or so of broadcasting. We'll read a message to Garcia, and we'll be back tomorrow. Any last words? 9 Inch Nails, that's right, Mikey.
Hey, check, AJ. What up, Iris? Hello, Maria. How you doing? Bonjour, Maria. What up,
Mario, you're in there?
Kimalus. Sorry, I'm a bit blind. What up, Big King?
Oh, yeah. Yesterday, I
Thank you
think
for being
that
here.
um,
In my
I
closet,
think Sonam is asleep right now.
holding your phone,
You can follow me on Twitter. You just have to
giving her
message me on
kryptonite.
Twitter. Great last words, guys. This scope was quite a difference from last night's scope. Remember, you are all worthy of being loved and feeling comfortable in your own skin. This has been another moment in time with Taylor. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you travel to all the places on your bucket list. And
Good.
thank you again to all these
Cheers
people. And you can learn more at
to us,
femyoga.com. I hope to see you back in
to
just a few minutes
Periscope
for
Sphere.
more reading. Oh, forgot to mute Flash. For more reading from the Prosperity Bible. See you next time.